It's Albie here from Albie's Kayak Stuff Australia. Just to follow up on my last video, which was talking about the forward drive in my kayak, I mentioned about Anderson plugs, and I was going to do a bit of a video on that, and then I thought halfway through I'll do one just on Anderson plugs here for you. So just bear with me, and I'll take you through how I set them up, because Anderson plugs are bloody great, especially in automotive. If you want to do anything automotive or on your kayak, they're pretty well a bulletproof type plug. So I thought I'd just take you through a couple of little tricks I've learnt about how to actually use Anderson plugs and correctly. So anyway, here we go. I'll just put this down here so you can see a bit better. So this is basically what I use. These are Anderson plugs, if you're not familiar with them at all. They're very simple, they're very robust, great for full driving on the back of your tow ball if you need them, caravans, kayaks, and to some degree I think in boats as well, marine industry. I've had them in my kayak since I bought my kayak, and I do saltwater fishing out here off of Adelaide and other places, and so far I've never had one fail, and they're very simple to use once you've worked out the little tricks with them. Just so you're aware, so you for those, and I'm not doing this for people to make people sound dumb, because I've been there. Positive is red, so you'll see here you've got your positive indicator. So if you had your cables hooked up to the pins, which I'll take you through in a minute, that's what they'd look like. Okay, it'd be set up like that, and then you'd have the exact same on the other side. So if we had these ones like that, you'd have your two plugs, you can connect your cables and you're done. All right, but cables don't get connected just like that. So what we're going to do, what I generally use is you can either use wire strippers or whatever to strip out your cable that you're going to be connecting or fitting up to your Anderson. This is about AWG 10, I think, and you can buy this sort of cable, any sort of cable you want, but realistically the thicker it is, the less resistance there is that's in the cable. So effectively you're losing less. There's less chance of you losing power between one end of the cable and the other, the thicker it is, because it'll carry the current a lot better. But enough of that anyway. So what I would do, I would normally just get a nice sharp knife or wire strippers. I look at the length I want to go in, so to about there. I'd strip this off to bear the copper up. You can see the copper wiring there. Strip that off. Then I have my solder. So I just get my solder here. I would actually fit my solder over the side. I'll just slide that a bit for you so you can see a bit better. So, and then I have my little long nose pliers, which I've got better ones than these, like bigger. I basically heat up with one of these, or if you got another sort of a heating system, a little blowtorch, gas blowtorch or something like that, whatever. But for just doing Andersons, I just carry one of these. I have them in the car. I'll be heating it up here like that. Just heat it up so it's getting heated. Once it's hot enough, I actually start to run the solder up. As I'm pushing it up, the solder's melting into the pin, and it fills this pin right up with solder. And then while it's still hot and I keep heating it, and I've got this all ready to go, it's already been stripped off, I keep heating it, and then once I've got it and I know that's all molten and this is stripped off ready to go, I just push that straight in as far as it will go with the copper. And you might lose a little bit of solder at the top, but either way it's going to be locked in there. So your cable will be locked in there like that once it's cooled off. And before you let go of it with your pliers, let it cool off properly. Okay, you can blow it and whatever you want to do, but if you can keep it still and leave it in there for as long as possible, you should end up with a really nice fit like that. It would look like that, albeit the copper will be in there. which I haven't stripped off. Now once you've got that, if you look at these pins, there's two sides. This side's got a little sharp edge on it there, and the other side has got like a wedge. Okay, now on the inside of these Anderson plugs, okay, this one's the new one, yep. If you look at the inside of these, you'll see that you've got these little flat sprung steel. Okay, you probably can see, I hope you can see that anyway. It's just there anyway. I use a very small screwdriver, but you're going to put the cable in, the pin in from this side. So if the cable's in there, I'll do this so that you can see what I'm doing. I want that flat edge, this tiny little flat edge, not the wedge one, to actually sit and clip over this piece here. Okay, so I'm going to drop the pin in square to the plate. So I'm going to drop it in with the cable on it. The cable's in it. Yeah, and I should be able to, if I put this in actually, if this cable was in, I should be able to just push that in and it clips in. You can see it's clipped over. It's actually clipped over that little piece of that plate, that sprung steel. Okay. Now, you'll do that for both of them, your positive and the negative, and remember to put the cables in the correct way, black into the negative, red into the positive. And if for any reason you want to change these around or you make a mistake, instead of trying to put yank on it and trying to work out what you do, small screwdriver, put it in against the actual sprung steel, release it, oh, and there's the pin comes out. Simple as that. Okay, and then you can actually fix up if you've had an error, or you can replace wiring, or if you've damaged it, or you can just reheat this, pull the cable out and put new cable in, so you can sort of recycle it, and it's a bit better. So you'll need to do that for all your cabling, and yeah, hopefully that helps you. But this is the trick, and you can keep reusing these. The only other thing I'd say with these, you can buy these in various colours. You can buy red, blue, yellow, green, grey, black, all sorts. All the different colours have got a slightly different fitting. So you can't, for instance, use a black and grey together, or a red and grey together. If you're going to do that, you need to, you'll find that these sections, this one here and here, are different on all of them, and they won't go together. And that's to probably stop people connecting the wrong things at the wrong amperage. So you see at the back of some people's caravans or cars, they've got red ones. That's their 50 amp cable they're probably running, and it could be their fridge, their main power supply. A word of warning, if you decide to use different colours, carry one or two spares of the same colour with you, of this part, the plastic bit. Not so much the pins, you don't need that, but you'll need spares of these in case you damage one, because if you damage one, you'll either have to replace the two of the coloured ones with grey, because these are universal. That's a universal colour, and I can put any of the grey ones will go together. But something I realised after I bought a couple of coloured ones for my van, that I've got a couple of spares as well now. So anyway, hopefully that works for you. Hopefully you learnt something. It wasn't a lesson for dummies, but it's a lesson I've learnt while I've been doing stuff. Big shout out again to my brother-in-law, Bill, up in Darwin. And yeah, take it easy, enjoy the day, and get out in the water with this bloody beautiful weather. And thumbs up if you like, and subscribe if you like. That's great. Thanks, bye for now.